Starting the cold open right here. Oh boy, do I love Yahtzee. Yahtzee, Yahtzee, Yahtzee. It sounds like IATSE, which is going on strike against the making TV shows and movies for streaming. Yahtzee, IATSE. There's some wordplay there. Man, these cold opens are getting worse and worse. Good Lord. The episodes themselves that come after the cold opens that nobody watches, those are fantastic. Those are phenomenal. But man, all I had down here was say the word Yahtzee, it rhymes with IATSE. I just can't believe that I would be so lazy with my cold opens for the premiere show for cpluscomedy.com. And it's a show about the news, and this week we're doing IATSE is striking. All right, I guess that's good. See, it's just lazy.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the strike news you didn't know about. It takes a lot of time to make shows like News Time. Right now, behind the scenes, there are countless PAs, grips, and producers running around trying to make me look good and sound good. And if you've been keeping up with this show for the last couple of years, and I know you have not, you know they're not doing a good job. But I can't just fire them. They have kids and families, and also freaking reunion rules won't allow me. That's right, even this show is affected by unions. For the past month, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, IATSE for short, has been set to go on strike, or is on strike. They at least authorized it. Look, a strike may or not be happening. May or may not be happening. There could be a point in time where you need to care about it. What this union is fighting for is a common complaint heard among many in every industry, a livable wage. There's more to it, but money is the most important factor right now. IATSE was originally founded for stagehands in the 1890s, but has since expanded to trade shows, TV, concerts, and more. As long as it's a job that's a part of the entertainment industry, it's covered. Over 150,000 members make up the organization, plus there's 366 local unions acting as nonprofit chapters, so local workers can get support they need sooner. A strike is nothing new when it comes to unions, though unions themselves are incredibly difficult to implement in the first place. Amazon workers all over the world threaten to unionize all the time. Many of them outside the U.S. are. In fact, the stateside Amazon workers are the only ones not to collectively be working together. I bet old Daddy Bezos gave them all free 2-day shipping, though. What's that? Common perk? Yikes. The IATSE strike comes at a point where the industry is pivoting from the bad year for creating an entertainment that was the pandemic back into the boom that is the streaming era. Where Broadway and other in-person parts of the industry failed, TV and movies prospered. IATSE was in typical negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers in July of this year. This discussion surrounded the Hollywood Basic Agreement, which is an oft-ratified contract between the two parties. It covers things like wage increases and health plans and retirement plans, and is usually set for 2 or 3 years at a time until discussions start back up again. What IATSE required before signing the new contract this year included the typical things, but also involved streaming pay. There's that word again. Streaming is considered by the Alliance as new media, whereas unions and workers doing the physical and creative labor on the projects call it work. Like Amazon employees, union entertainment workers often have long days filled with little to no breaks, just to make your life a little bit better. You're so selfish. Recently, the strike was authorized, which led to resumed bargaining talks. People all over the industry are in support of their labor working brethren, from Ben Stiller to Jamila Jamil to the Screen Actors Guild, Writers Guild, Directors Guild. literally everybody. The main enemy isn't just the alliance. The studios are at fault too. Netflix and Disney rake in billions every year, yet don't pay a living wage to workers. The entertainment industry is not glamorous. Someone working 14-hour days, 5 days a week on Stranger Things may not be able to pay their rent. Heck, I'm a producer and no one thinks this show is real. And I pay handsomely, meaning that I pay with my good looks. There's lots of turnover here. Congress is getting behind this too. 100 plus congressional members wrote a letter to the alliance in support of IATSE. While a strike would do damage to a lot of productions, it wouldn't be completely devastating. There are separate agreements made for pay channels like HBO and Showtime, low budget productions, and even commercials. What would be hit are major movie and TV studio productions, reality and game shows, and of course, streaming. This is just the basics. It's all I can offer. I'm tired, but there's way more to this. If you take anything away from learning a bit more about this potential strike, just know these labor unions aren't asking for the world. They just want to be compensated fairly for the work they do. Is that too much to ask? The Mandalorian took a lot of human power to make. They went to different planets and everything. So give up those Starbucks, Disney. We know you have them. And no, I'm not talking about the coffee, you cheap jerks. But hey, while they're being cheap, why don't you be cheap and subscribe? And check out one of our other videos, of course. You can head to the website cpluscomedy.com where there are interviews with your favorite comedians and lots more. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast. And I swear on my life, if any of you people that work for me go on strike, I will have your heads.